Mountains of electronic waste rise high, hiding a secret fortune within their cracked and shattered casings.
Speed and precision are vital as tons of raw electronic material arrive for processing every hour. Every single kilogram is accounted for, weighed, and tracked digitally from the moment it enters.
The journey begins with the first tumble onto the line. Speed and accuracy are essential in the initial sort, ensuring only the right materials proceed forward. Data tracking ensures full traceability of materials, logging every batch that moves through our system.
All right, clear on the manifest, place your bag on the conveyor, and you're good to go.
Every shift begins with coordination, focusing human intelligence on the complex mechanical process ahead.
Sorted and prepped, the devices now enter the disassembly phase, where precision replaces bulk handling.
Batteries pose a significant fire risk and must be extracted first before any crushing can occur.
With the power source disconnected, the device is rendered safe for the next stages of processing. Isolated batteries are sent to a separate specialized facility, ensuring they are recycled safely and responsibly. Empty plastic casings are sorted for shredding, destined to be pelletized and reborn as new industrial products.
This secure container holds a concentrated fortune, containing more gold per ton than high-grade natural ore mines. Sorted and prepped, the materials now enter the mechanical beast, where massive-scale processing takes over the line. Hardened steel teeth rotate with immense torque, ready to pulverize complex electronics into uniform raw fragments. A waterfall of circuitry descends into the darkness, marking the point of no return for these devices. Inside the chamber, complex circuitry is violently reduced to uniform fragments, stripping away the device's former identity. The output reveals a uniform mix of shredded metal and fiberglass, transforming phones into raw industrial e-scrap.
Powerful magnets instantly pull ferrous metals from the stream, separating steel and iron from the precious mix. Recovered steel is collected separately, while the real treasure continues down the line for further refinement.
Physics takes over as eddy currents repel aluminum, launching non-ferrous metals away from the heavier copper mix. What remains is concentrate, a coarse sand, where gold and silver hide within the copper-rich particles.
Welcome to the heart of the beast, the smelting hall, where intense heat completes the transformation process.
The copper concentrate feeds the hungry furnace, disappearing into the abyss to begin its chemical rebirth.
The heavy iron door seals tight,
locking in the heat required to reach the metal's melting point.
Temperatures climb rapidly to 1200 degrees Celsius, generating the energy needed to liquefy the solid metal. Inside the core, solid metal surrenders to the heat, churning into a molten river of liquid fire. At the molecular level, molten copper acts as a magnet, absorbing the heavy precious metals while impurities burn away.
Slow it down slightly. Watch the crust forming. Maintain temperature.
With the impurities removed, we breach the seal, releasing the molten fortune stored within the furnace core. Liquid copper flows like a river of light, carrying our hidden gold and silver to the casting molds. We cast this alloy into heavy plates called anodes, shaping the metal for the final chemical separation.
As they cool, the copper locks the gold and silver inside, waiting for electricity to set them free.
The solid plates are lifted and transported to the electrolysis hall, moving from fire to chemistry.
Welcome to the electrolysis hall, a vast chemical quiet zone where electricity performs the final sorting. Welcome to the electrolysis hall, a vast chemical quiet zone where electricity performs the final sorting. Submerged in an acid bath, the anode plate begins its slow dissolution, driven by a constant electrical current. Copper atoms travel to the cathode, but gold is too heavy. It falls to the bottom, collecting as sediment.
Pure copper builds up on the cathode plate, growing crystal by crystal into a thick, marketable slab.
This dark mud is called anode slime. It looks like waste, but it is pure, concentrated value.
We harvest the pure copper cathodes, leaving the gold-rich sludge behind for the final refining steps.
It looks like ordinary dirt, but this sludge is a concentrated fortune of gold and silver particles. We dry the sludge completely, removing all moisture to prepare the powder for the final chemical chemistry. The laboratory is where alchemy meets modern science, turning raw gray powder into pure elemental gold. The liquid turns a deep golden orange, confirming that the precious metal has fully dissolved into the acid.
We filter the solution carefully. The liquid holds the gold, while the silver remains trapped in the filter paper.
Instantly, a chemical storm begins. The clear solution clouds over as solid gold particles force their way out.
Gravity takes over. What looks like brown mud settling at the bottom is actually pure, elemental gold.
With steady hands, we decant the waste liquid, careful not to lose a single grain of the precious sediment.
Repeated washing with distilled water removes any remaining acid, ensuring the gold dust reaches 99% purity.
Meanwhile, the white solids filtered out earlier are identified as silver chloride, ready for their own transformation.
A metal rod triggers a rapid exchange reaction, converting the white chloride compound into metallic gray silver.
The result is cement silver, a gray metallic powder that looks humble but is chemically pure silver.
Like the gold, the silver is rinsed thoroughly until the water runs clear, removing all chemical residues.
Both powders enter the drying ovens, where heat drives off moisture, leaving only the dry, valuable metal.
Under the macro lens, the dried gold dust reveals its true nature, sparkling with a deep, rich luster.
Precision is paramount. Every gram is measured on high-sensitivity scales to verify the yield against our projections.
We mix the gold dust with borax flux, a critical additive that ensures the metal flows smoothly when melted.
The mixture is loaded into a graphite crucible, the vessel that will cradle the gold during its fiery rebirth.
The induction furnace awaits. Copper coils surround the crucible, ready to generate heat through magnetic fields.
Power engages. Invisible magnetic waves agitate the molecules, generating instant, intense heat within the gold powder. Solid powder surrenders, collapsing into a mirror-like pool of liquid gold, swirling gently in the magnetic field.
Preheating is a crucial safety step to ensure the gold doesn't splash or crack the mold upon contact.
As it solidifies, the molecular structure locks into place, trapping the immense value inside the metal forever.
The quench tank provides an instant thermal shock, cooling the metal immediately and setting the final grain structure.
Cool to the touch, the bar emerges raw and heavy, ready for the finishing touches that define luxury.
Now, we begin the final transformation, turning this raw, oxidized brick into a market-ready product of perfection.
The silver follows the same fiery path, melting into a pool of brilliant, mercury-like liquid white. The silver pour is clean and rapid, filling the mold with a blindingly bright liquid metal stream. The silver pour is clean and rapid, filling the mold with a blindingly bright liquid metal stream.
Silver crystallizes as it returns to solid form, creating unique, frost-like patterns on the surface of the bar. Polishing strips away the rough oxidation, revealing the true, brilliant luster hidden beneath the cast surface.
The stamp certifies its weight and purity, a permanent mark that guarantees value anywhere in the world.
With tons of hydraulic pressure, the die descends, permanently imprinting the identity onto the metal surface.
A mark of quality recognized worldwide, assuring the holder of the integrity of the recycling process.
Unique identification numbers provide total security and traceability for trading on the global market.
4 nines, the highest standard of purity, proving that recycled gold is indistinguishable from mined gold.
We run X-ray fluorescence analysis, a non-destructive method to scientifically verify the composition of every bar.
Science confirms what the eye suggests: flawless purity that meets the strictest international standards. 1 kilogram, spot on. The final weigh-in confirms the bar is ready for the vault.
Every bar carries a signed guarantee of its origin and quality, certifying it for investment worldwide.
From a pile of electronic trash to a tray of pure treasure, the vault door swings open, revealing the secure sanctuary where our reclaimed treasure awaits its return.
This is the final destination, a strategic reserve of recycled wealth ready to re-enter the economy.
A mirror finish reflects a sustainable future, proving that waste can become the highest form of value.
Premium packaging matches the product's value, preparing it for investors who demand both quality and sustainability.
Secured and ready for the global market, each bar represents a tangible victory for circular economics. Sealed with advanced security technology, we guarantee authenticity and chain of custody for every single unit.
Pallets are wrapped and staged, transforming individual bars into bulk shipments for major industrial clients. Leaving the factory under armed guard, these materials re-enter the economy to power the next generation. We turn yesterday's electronic waste into tomorrow's gold,
proving that urban mining is the future of resources.